Hey guys, it's Colin. I'm the founder and CEO of Lodem, and we're going to talk about why we built our stack and what we're doing. I was paying $1,000 a month for 5 different softwares that really, in my opinion, were never linked up. To be fair, every one of these softwares kind of worked well, but never worked well together. And we were a company that was doing under $1 million a year. I think that at the time we were doing around 300,000. So if you break that down to profits, that's $1,000 coming out of your pocket. They could really be doing something else, like going towards pay-per-click ads or kind of just going into your pocket in general. So we wanted to build a software that was for cleaning business owners by a cleaning business owner. So I've owned a cleaning company in Nashville for 5 years. And eventually we got frustrated with the fact that there has to be a better way than just having 5 different subscriptions, 5 different logins, 5 different things that are not talking to each other. And so we built our own. Part of building our own was to give cleaning business owners a tool that was made for them, right? And before I go into any of these softwares that we use, I want to be clear, they're all really good products. They're just not everything. And I think we got frustrated that we had so many things open rather than everything agreeing with each other. So we would use Launch 27 for bookings and charging customers. Launch 27 is a great product, but it has shortcomings that we were frustrated with, right? It does exactly what it's supposed to do, but it doesn't necessarily do things that we didn't want it to do or that we wanted it to do, right? There were automation things it didn't do. There were customizations that it didn't do. And so we would get frustrated and then we would get a bill. And that's always how it seems to happen in business is you're frustrated about something and then immediately you look at your email and it's hey, your payment for this came out. So we wanted to build something that we thought, hey, there has to be a better way. Let's build our own version of it and add all the things from all these other tabs. The second thing we're using is QuickBooks. And I think where this really comes to a head is they don't always link up well, right? And that causes problems at tax time. And so you end up with 5 different tabs open, cross-referencing whether or not this number matches up with this one. And in reality, it should be kind of just built into the software. You should know percent, how much a job costs, right? This job is costing me $5 in pay-per-click ads, right? And so that's something that we just weren't getting in real time. And when you're opening so many tabs, you're losing track of things and they're getting confusing and it gets frustrating. We were paying OpenPhone. OpenPhone's great, but why am I opening another tab and paying another $130 a month when I could be paying for Lodem and having all that kind of just built into it, right? So the product's great. There's nothing wrong with it, but we wanted our own and we wanted somebody to just open their app and be able to go straight to the phone or have conversations that were linked up with emails. That's another reason that we just decided hey, there has to be a better way. Keap, that's another thing. Keap's a great product, but for your average cleaning business owner, it's overkill, right? You don't need all that stuff, right? I remember one thing that stuck out to me about Keap was the features. There were so many features that it was overwhelming. And then again, you're overwhelmed and you get paralysis by analysis. And then you don't get anything done and then you get a bill for it and you're kind of stuck into a subscription for a year. I think at one point we're paying $300 for Keap and we're not using it to its kind of specifications or anything like that. And so we would get frustrated. I mean, at this point with OpenPhone, Keap, and Launch 27 and QuickBooks, we're up to $800. You add MailChimp and then extra seats, you're into $1,000. Email marketing campaign with MailChimp, that was kind of another thing. And then on top of these, a lot of these softwares overlap. So that's why we built Lodem. One of the biggest things is kind of the real cost of communication, right? I'm a huge advocate of communications, everything with your customers. It bails you out of a lot of bad situations. But when everything's not agreeing with each other, you're shooting off emails from this thing, you're shooting off this sequence from another thing. Like your CRM is shooting off another sequence. People think that you're unprofessional, and that kind of like puts a crack in the armor. And then the second there's a little mistake, they're like, well, this company's not super professional. Maybe I'm gonna go with a different one. And so what we wanted to do is integrate all these things and build something that actually is for us, that is simplified, that can allow us to focus on managing our cleaning crews and not worrying about the software we're using and being overwhelmed by it. So frustrated by all these stories, I kind of went and looked for my own software that could kind of accommodate all these things, and there wasn't one. So we just decided to build one. We hope